Good morning to you, Boo Radley. You live in a shoe, Boo Radley. Hello. How are you guys doing? It is like 7 o'clock. I just got all my stuff done. I went into my office. I'm getting my phone cord. I went into my office for a little bit today. And then I came home. Made videos. And I went to the grocery store. I'm getting ready to make dinner. I just fed the dogs and took them out. I'm watching this log cabin show on this country station. So I thought, well, what would be more interesting than for you guys to watch me make my dinner? Don't you think that's so interesting? So, hold on. We're gonna make dinner. You guys ever watch this show about log cabins? I got these at Fresh Time yesterday, these pumpkin pie, I know, flavored kettle chips, and they're actually really good. So, plate. Oh my God. So Mandy sent me this beard oil because I said I wanted a Christmas scent, and this is called like Winter's Blend. Mandy! It smells, you guys, like I am standing in the middle of a Christmas adventure with Christmas trees everywhere. I'm so excited for it, so thank you. Baby, what's wrong? Baby's been acting so weird today. I don't think he likes the cold. So, I'm gonna make a bagel sandwich. I got these bagels called Epic Everything Bagels. Baby, do you want a treat? Let's see if he acts different once he's had a treat. So he acts real normal for the treat. There you go, Boo Radley. There you go, Tucker. There you go, Pee-Pee. I don't know why he's been acting so weird the last couple days. Seems completely fine now eating this treat. Is that good, Pee-Pee? These bagels are actually, they're like 250 calories. Look at them. They are like so huge and delicious. They're low fat. 4 grams of fat, and they're 12 grams of protein. This little meal that I'm going to be making is not trying to be on a diet, so don't come for me. Okay. So the first thing I do is, cooking with Peter, I take the bagel apart, like that. I get a knife. And I went and I bought Philadelphia cream cheese. I meant to get the light, but I forgot to, but it's garden vegetable. You okay, bud? I don't know what's going on with Pee-Pee, but he does not look like he feels well today. He's been in bed all day long. Sometimes he acts like he doesn't feel well, and then as soon as Alex comes home, he's completely fine, so who knows. And then I just put cream cheese all over both sides of the bagel. I think I actually like the onion and chive one better. I couldn't remember when I was there, but I think I do. It's cold outside today. Clean as you go. Okay, then bagel sandwiches. sour cream away. Yeah, he's definitely acting funky. Come here, honey. What's wrong? You okay? You alright? What's wrong? Are you just cold? You're shaking. Let's see if you warm up a little bit and maybe feel better, okay? Usually he like gets better after he like eats for a little bit, or eats the sound eats. Then I'm going to take a big slice of onion, red onion, and I've actually been eating off this onion, so I have a piece already. Yeah, there's something wrong with him. Well, now he's walking around like he's okay. Maybe we might have to go to the emergency vet. He got bit by a spider one time, and this is how he acted when he got bit by a spider. Alright, well, I'm gonna... Here, I'll just make this really quick and finish it and show you guys, and then I'm gonna take care of him. So then I put 2 pieces of Havarti cheese on it. Aw, Pee-Pee. I'm worried about you, buddy. There's my sandwich. A big onion on it. Alright, you guys, so I will see you later. I will update you on what's going on with Pee-Pee. Hello. Well, I'll give you a little update because I know everybody wants to know. Pee-Pee is fine. He is completely back to his old self. And, we go through this, like, I look so bad tonight, you guys. I am so sorry. Not that I ever look, like, so hot to trot when I do these car vlogs. It's not like I'm trying to be a fashion model of the world. I was thinking earlier tonight, I was like, you know, Peter, if you really did ever lose this weight and got into shape, like, watch out. Anyway, Alex came home and Pee-Pee like, okay, so I laid down and I was gonna take a nap from like 7 to 8:30, which ended up being a nap from like 7 to 11:30. True story, it's like midnight right now. And so as soon as Alex came home, I held Pee-Pee like when I was sleeping, like I held him the whole time, and he didn't move. And I was like really worried. I was like, oh no, what's going on now, blah, 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 you know, all this kind of stuff. Anyway, but then Alex came home and Pee-Pee ran downstairs. And so when Alex came upstairs, I was like, is Pee-Pee better? And he was like, well, I see what you're saying, because he was kind of slow, like he just was real lethargic. He was like, but I think it's his tooth. So I mentioned this, I don't know how long ago, but Pee-Pee has like progressively started losing his teeth. And the vet told us it's fine because it's like his front teeth. It's real sad because his little tongue is always sticking out now. But the vet told us it's fine because most, like, dogs usually use their molars back here to, like, grind food. But, so, anyway, Pee-Pee was just like this the whole day, and he was kind of tilting his head, and I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Well, Alex was like, I think it's his tooth. I think his tooth hurts. And then, later, I guess I was not there. It was downstairs. Alex was watching TV, and Pee-Pee like had his, and he like looked up, and Pee-Pee's tooth had fallen out, and then he was completely fine. It was like it didn't hurt anymore. So it must hurt him, like as it's like really loose and getting ready to come out. I don't know. Don't you ever wish that dogs could talk to you and tell you what's going on? I hate seeing dogs or any kind of animal in any kind of pain whatsoever. And I think there is a special place in hell for people that hurt animals. I just really don't understand it. And babies and little kids. But anyway, So his tooth fell out and he's completely fine. So I guess we'll have to call the tooth fairy tonight. But then Alex brought him upstairs to bed and he was like jumping all over the place. And I was like, okay, Pee-Pee, I guess you're back to your old self again. Alex is like, yeah, we really need to get him soft food. And I was like, the vet said he's completely fine chewing like hard food. And he's like, yeah, but I think we should get him soft food. So I think we're going to get him some soft food. Which it's funny because when I met Alex, Pee-Pee ate those little Caesars meals and I thought they smelled horrible, like dog breath, like cat food. And and they just like his breath stank because of it. So I'm now get ready. His breath is gonna stink again, little guy. But whatever, for him not to be in any pain, I can deal with stinky dog breath. I can deal with stinky dog breath. So Pee-Pee is fine. I was very worried. I was worried we were gonna have to take him to the emergency animal vet tonight, which is, we're lucky because it's like really close to us. And one night we've had to go there twice. One night Pee-Pee got bit by a spider and on his face, like it was like this little bump, and within an hour it was like half of his face. I panicked, but then it was interesting because like Alex met me at the vet because it was like late and he was getting off work. It was like, it must have been like 8 or 9 or something like that. And so he met me there and Alex was like, oh my god, beep, 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 beep. He was like losing it. And I was completely just like, okay, this is what we need to do. And so they gave him an antibiotic and it literally went away in like 15 minutes. And then Tucker one night, Boo Radley, he don't ever get sick. And then Tucker one night was like pooping blood, but it was just like liquid blood. It was really scary. And we went down to the basement, like where their house, we have a crate for them in the basement, a little house. And I remember I like pulled him out because like there was blood all over the crate and I was trying to clean it out and I had thought it had kind of stopped and he came back and there's like a white wall in that corner. I don't know if I've ever shown that area, excuse me, but it's like in a corner and he literally just like sprayed blood all over this wall. And I picked him up and I like grabbed this blanket from the back and I like wrapped around his back. And I ran to the car and I said, Alex, I'm going to the emergency vet. Tucker's like bleeding really bad. And I remember and I just left. And like Alex got in the car behind me and like met me there. I'm so dying for a McDonald's Diet Coke. And that was really weird. I can't remember what they told us that it was. He had like some kind of parasite or something, but it was really...
Hi, would you like to try first attendant?
No, I just need a large Diet Coke, please. $1.09. He had some kind of parasite or something. We had to give him medicine, and it went away within like 24 hours. So, if you ever want to rob something from my car, I literally have nothing of value in my car. Except for at any given time I have like, well, Mike's car wash tickets and then $10 in ones, always, like all kinds of ones for Diet Cokes at McDonald's and money for the donation basket at meetings. How are you tonight?
I'm doing alright, sir. Yourself?
I'm good. It's 9.
Alright, thank you.
So anyway, and that was like with Tucker, the only time he's been sick. They gave us like an antibiotic or something with that too, and then he was fine within like 24 hours later. That was really scary though. I was like, I did not know. Well, I mean, both of them were really scary. The PV thing with the spider bite was super scary because apparently it happens to dogs a lot. Like it literally came out of nowhere. And, like I noticed this little bump on his face and then like it was huge. So I don't know. And I hate saying this, you know, but it's like, well, with the spider bite in the blood, it's like, I don't know if people will relate to what I'm about to say. It really, let me just say, it really helps having a best friend that owns a dog kennel and works with she works with vet offices and she knows a lot about dogs. Because I can just call Tanya up and I can be like, okay, what do you think this is? And I didn't call her about the blood because that was obvious, like some shit was going down. But with pee-pee and the spider bite, she was like, you need to get him to the vet. She was like, you need to get him to the vet and you need to get him to the vet now. Hold on a second. You're working both windows.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Double time, thank you. Because the thing is, like, if it's just like something like they're acting lethargic, it's like you don't want to take them to the emergency vet because you know you're going to end up paying $400 for it. You know what I mean? And then it's like, but you care so much about them. It's like, well, the $400 shouldn't really matter, but we don't just have $400 to be thrown away if you get there. And, well, there's kind of a funny story about that, but hold on, I got to go through the bank really quick and deposit some money. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so it's not really a funny story, but it's just kind of like, so I don't know if you guys have ever had to take your dog to the emergency animal clinic. And what I mean by that is like, ours is right over here and it's this like vet hospital off of Bash Road is what it's called or something like that. But they're open 24 hours because vets are not open 24 hours like doctor's offices aren't open 24 hours. So if your dog is sick in the middle of the night, you have to take them there. I mean, what else do you do other than wait, you know, until the morning? And then if it's something really horrible, so there are situations that you have to take them, but they are like, it's the difference of like going to your vet and paying like $80 versus like $280. And so if it's not anything that's big of a deal, you know, well, with pee-pee and the spider bite, when we took him, we got this vet and they like literally, I don't know if you've ever taken your dog to a place like that, but like before you even get to go back, they get your credit card. Like, you put a retainer down, like no lie, like because they're gonna get paid, right? And I just was really like not impressed with the whole situation. I was like, we're panicked about our dog. It's like, you know, late at night, blah, 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 whatever. My husband was having Alex is strong in every situation and he is having a nervous breakdown about this dog. He's sobbing in the emergency, you know, in the waiting area and just inconsolable. And this woman's talking to me about money. Well, I had no idea how much money I had in my checking account, and Alex hadn't brought his wallet with him. So I wasn't gonna tell Alex, run home and get your wallet. So I was like, I'll just fucking take care of it, right? But I knew I had like $400 in my checking account, but like, listen, you know, like, I'm glad, and I hope y'all are people out there like that. For years, I would have clients that came and said to me, oh, this morning I had to write a check for $14,000 because we got new flooring in our house. And I thought, oh my God, you know, and then I remember back in the day when I worked in treatment, like, this was part of like the reason why I ended up leaving, because it was something that I didn't like. But if you came in over a weekend and insurance couldn't approve your stay, because insurance companies usually are not open on Saturdays and Sundays, so they can't pre-cert for a stay, then you would have to put a $4,000, I think it was like $4,000 to $5,000 deposit down until they could do the pre-cert call on Mondays. Who can write a check for $5,000 just like that unless you make a shit ton of money? And I've never been somebody, I mean, I have a little bit of savings, I've been smart with money, but you know, like, I'm smart with money in that I can pay my bills, I have a roof over my head, and I don't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from. I am not smart with money to the point where I could just write some frivolous check for $5,000. I just don't have that kind of money. And I don't know a lot of people that do. Well, that's not true. I know a few people that do. But, like, I mean, I don't know anybody that could do that where it wouldn't affect them. I mean, not most of the people that I know, you know, could just blank check $5,000. And so, anyway, I knew I had like $400 in my checking account, right? And we don't like use credit cards. And so, because I've in the past gotten into credit card debt, I've talked about that on here. So I said we went back into the doctor's office and I said, can I talk to you for a second to the vet? And I was trying to say it really politely, but like not around Alex. And she's like, what's your question? And I was like, well, can I ask you out in the hallway? She goes, no, you can ask. She was so rude. I like literally can see her in my head right now. I will never forget it. And she was like, no, you can ask me here. She's like, I don't have all night, okay? It was like 9 or 10 o'clock at night on like a Tuesday. We were the only ones in this entire animal hospital. There was nobody else there. She goes, I don't have all night. She's like, you can ask me right here. And I said, and she was like getting ready to give Pee-Pee a shot. And I said, okay, I said, to be honest with you, I said, I don't know how much money I have in my checking account. I said, is there any way that you could, do you know how much this will be? Because I just want to make sure that I can cover it. And, you know, and I was just trying to be, like, honest and, you know, take care of business because I didn't want to, like, then afterwards then be like, oh, you came in here and you were trying to be shoddy. She took the shot and threw it onto the table and she walked out. She goes, I am not in the business of talking about money with people that come through here. And she walked out and she sent the girl in. I mean, she was just about to give the dog the shot. She sent the girl in that was like working the front desk, and the girl was like she was so friendly. And she was like, I heard you had some questions about, I said, listen, I said, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I said, I'm just worried that I'm not gonna have enough money to cover this, and I wanna make sure because I know that, you know, it's gonna go through, like, and she's like, yeah, no problem. And she told me how much it was, and she was very, very sweet. And then after she came back, that vet came in and she held the shot up like this, and she was getting ready to give my dog a shot that has, you know, spider bite in his face. And she goes like this, she goes, are we ready now? I was like, oh, honey, not tonight. This is not, I mean, that is how insensitive you are working with people, like when they're coming through the door with their scared dog. So we haven't been back there since, and I hope to God there's never a reason that I have to go back there. I was not impressed with her, you know, bedside manner, so to speak. Because, you know, I think the thing is that when you're with your dogs, like, my dogs are my babies. My dogs are my kids. You know, I think y'all know that by you see it in the videos. But you guys, go to my Twitter. I cannot remember who this person is. I am so sorry, sweetheart. But she does compilation videos, and she did a compilation video of all just me and Pee-Pee. It is so cute. And I retweeted it last night. It's called, like, compilation something. So anyway, I said this is my favorite video, and I tagged Alex in it. But, you know, I think, like, most people, I don't know most people who have dogs or cats, that their dogs or cats are not like their babies. I really don't. And even, I think, like, more protective of them sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like, so then to, like, be in a situation where you feel completely powerless and then people are rude on top of it, it's so hard. Another little random story of my life. It was so funny because I did this booktube video tonight, this booktube tag video. And one of the questions on there was like, tell us something that we don't know about you or something. And I like get that a lot on because like, if you do know what tag videos are, so tag videos are like videos that have questions or like a challenge or something, but then you like tag somebody else to do it. And I have to tell you, before I got on YouTube, it was like, that was like one of the things I really wanted to do that I was really excited about was tag videos. I was like, oh my God. I mean, like for like years when people would do them, I would like, they would say, oh, I got tagged by so-and-so, and I was like, oh my God, I want to do tag videos so bad. And now I do them over there on booktube all the time, and I love them. And I actually get tagged, which is really, really cool. But for a long time I didn't. So I try to tag people, like I always tag like the same 2 people, but I try to like every once in a while like randomly tag people that wouldn't like think of doing it. So anyway, but that was the question. It was like, the video was the booktube about me video, so it was like all these random facts about me. And the last question was like, something that you like haven't told other people or YouTube or something like that we don't know about you. And I like legit could not think of anything, but like one of the first questions was like, what are you in school for, or what did you study? And I was talking about like my career, And so then I shared this as my one thing that I've actually never talked about this on a channel, and that is that when I worked in treatment, I was actually an AcuDetox specialist, and I was trained and certified in AcuDetox, which is a form of acupuncture, to help people remove toxins from their system and detox. And I was a trained acupuncturist for like 5 years, and I really, really, really believe in Eastern medicine a lot, and the qualities of it, and I think it will be interesting in the next 20 or 30 years. I think we're going to start going more towards Eastern medicine. But anyway, I'd kind of forgotten about that. I was thinking of all the points in the ear that I had to do, like the Shinmen, and but anyway, when I was talking about that, and then I was like, well, I wonder what other things that like I've never talked about on here, you know, little random facts about myself. I think I've talked on here a lot about, there was one whole video I think I did about the fact that I had a girlfriend in high school. Like, people always ask me, I'm a gold star, and the girl that I dated in high school, I was literally obsessed with her, okay? Now, I knew in my heart of hearts that I was gay, so I don't even really know, looking back, what it was about. But, like, I just was so enamored of her. She had, like, shoulder-length dark hair, and, she used to wear this, like, super vibrant red lipstick, and she was very much like a alternative J. Crew ad, so to speak. Like, she would wear, like, khaki pants, but then these, like, black stacked shoes, like that big, with, like, a Smith's t-shirt, and then, like, a green sport coat, and her hair back in a ponytail. She was so hot. I was obsessed with her, and, it was very innocent. Like, we went on dates, and we started dating, and we became boyfriend and girlfriend, and I remember kissing her on our front porch, but it was just very innocent, and, I think we dated for like a year and a half, and, then she ended up going to IU Bloomington, and she ended up coming out, and, she is still today with her partner. I think it's her wife now. So they've been together since, like, I mean, they probably got together in 91 or 92, and I know they're still together because we're friends on Facebook, and so I see the pictures, and, so 90, that's a long, what is that, 25 years they've been together now? They have a little boy that they adopted. He is adorable, and, she has real short hair now, and she still looks very much the same to me, and I'm so happy for her, you know? But I look at that period of my life, and I'm like, that's so funny that it's really strange. I'll tell you, like, this is kind of a funny story. It was really important for my parents that I went to the same school, kindergarten all through high school, so that I would know everybody, which, I mean, okay, but they were all a bunch of assholes to me. I mean, not all of them, but... So anyway, I was never popular. I think, like, that goes without saying, and I've talked about that on here. I was never popular, and I think as much as we want to say we didn't want to be popular, or I didn't care about being popular, I think we all think to some degree that popularity would have made our lives easier. Or maybe it would be fun just for once to go and see what that popular group was like, right? And I actually, a couple years ago, was talking to a friend of mine that we had become friends like 25 years after we had graduated from high school, and or 20 years after we graduated from high school. I did not know him in high school, and he was very popular and was the quarterback of the football team and all this kind of stuff. And I made a comment to him, and I said something to the effect of, like, you have no idea how hard high school was for me. And he said, why do you think it was any harder for you than it was for me? You don't know my perspective about it. And I was like, you know, that's really true. He's like, I had a lot of expectations for me that were set upon me too. You don't have no idea what it was like for me. And But anyway, there was this girl that I went to high school with, and she was, okay, so she looks like, why can I not think of her name? Oh, she's one of my favorite actresses. She just won an Oscar a couple years ago, or was nominated for that Alice, the Amnesia movie. And Julianne Moore, which is funny because it's close to this person's name. She looks like her. And this girl in high school, like, was gorgeous and extremely popular. And, like, I don't know, it was just, like, weird. Like, she lived in this huge, ginormous house. I have no clue what her parents did, but they were, like, super wealthy. And I just remember always kind of, like, seeing her from afar, and she was, like, friends with these other two girls. And, like, I never talked to this girl. Like, never once did she and I ever talk. I don't think ever in any classes did we ever talk. And I remember it was, like, the day before our last day of high school. And, like, 4 of her friends came up to me, and I know that this was not a bullying, joking kind of thing. Like, 4 of her friends came up to me at separate times and were like, she has been obsessed with you since our freshman year and has, like, wanted to go on a date with you and all this kind of stuff for so long. And, and they were like, you know, but she's too afraid to talk to you and all this kind of stuff. And, I remember getting so kind of weirdly excited about it. I don't know why. And I just had this, like, wave of emotion just come over me. It's like, sometimes it's like, I was looking at some pictures of my friends the other day that, like, had kids, like, 3 years, so they have, like, 3-year-olds, right? And then I think about my sister-in-law, Liliana, who's 42, so she's 3 years younger than me, and she's a 2-year-old, and, I mean, it's not like she's gonna be dead in 5 years. But I think because my mom passed away so young, it's like, I feel like I'm so old and, like, life is going by me so quickly, when really I'm not at all, right? I mean, like, I'm halfway through my life, I still have a lot of life ahead of me, but, like, whenever I look back on high school, I get kind of sad, and not sad about high school, but just, like, sad that those, like, feelings and those emotions and those yearnings, like, they're kind of just, like, done. And then I think, like, why have I just, like, kind of, like, walked away and just, like, you know, sometimes, I don't know if that makes sense at all, but it's like, it's something that I'm working on with my counselor. I talked about that on here before, but that this whole idea of endings and death for me have really, like, I don't know, it's done something to my psyche a little bit, I think. But whereas, like, for a while it was like, go and get everything you want to do accomplished in your life, and now I'm kind of just like, But anyway, I remember that somebody wanted me to come, like, they were setting us up. It was like a setup, and I was supposed to go and meet her at such and such place. Well, you know, I mean, 12 years of being bullied, you always think, is this another situation where I'm being bullied? So of course I didn't go. And I drove the hottest car in high school. I just remember that. I had this Mitsubishi Montero. It was a two-car Mitsubishi Montero stick shift. And I rode that thing like nobody's business. I thought I was an off-road mountain man, Marlboro man. And I had bumper stickers all over that car. I loved it. And my mom used to buy me bumper stickers for that car. So anyway, the next day was our last day of school, our last day of high school ever. And I remember that day very, very vividly, you know. I used to, like, on moments like that, try to not really feel them. Like endings. profound moments in our life, I would just try to skate through, like, don't feel, don't feel, don't feel. And I don't do that anymore. I allow myself to sit in the moment and really feel it. And you only have one life, okay? You're only gonna have one last day of high school. You know, your best friend is only gonna move away one time. You know, your best friend is only gonna get married, well, first one time, when you're gonna feel like it's never gonna be the same again, kind of thing, you know? And, you know, you're only gonna, I don't know, leaving my career, that day was a profound moment for me. And a lot of these moments in my life I've kind of skidded through because I think I was afraid of emotion. I'm not the person today emotionally that I was 20 years ago, you guys. I just am not. I've really learned to just share and feel my emotions, and just, it is what it is. And if people don't like it, then they can just fuck it. I mean, like, you know, it's my life and I'm gonna feel my emotions, and I'm so grateful for that today. And, you know, so I just really allow myself to feel moments when they happen, because that's what life is all about. It's about Charlie Brown. It's about these moments in life, you know. And so anyway, but that very next day, she came up to me in the hallway. I'll never forget. I can see her. She had this white sweater on, and her hair was down. It's like this crew neck sweater that she had on, and she said she didn't come last night. She had a boyfriend all through high school too. That was the other thing I didn't tell you about. She had a boyfriend at the time. I thought the whole thing was maybe a setup. I don't know. I know now it wasn't, but I know because somebody later in life told me. They brought it up to me, and they said, you know, it wasn't a setup. Like, she really did feel that way for you. She thought you were like the hottest guy we'd ever gone to high school with. So she came up to me and she was like, why didn't you come last night? And I was like, I don't know. I think one of my friends was like, girl, piss off, and like told her to go away or something. She walked away. And then it was like just really sad. She like married this guy, and they moved to another state, and they had kids. And I recently saw that like they had gotten divorced, and I was looking at these pictures of her, and it's like, I hate when people don't post. I mean, I'm on all forms. My friends call me, they're like, you're such a millennial. I'm like, really, at 45? But, like, if you're on Facebook, post current pictures so people can see what you look like. Don't nobody want to see a picture of a daisy in your backyard. But anyway, I looked, and she didn't have any current pictures. They were like pictures that were like, you know, 10 years old, or I always kind of wonder what happened to her. I think that people come into our lives for a reason, you know, a lot of times. Reason, a season, or a lifetime. But I mean, it was such a profound moment for me that I wonder, and I don't think about it very often, but I wonder like why it happened. Like, why then, on the last day of school? Anyway, it always makes me think of that movie, Can't Hardly Wait. Did you guys see that movie? I guess what dreams may come in another world, right? Well, I'm gonna get off here because my camera is lighting up with the orange button saying that it's hot. It's right there. All right, you guys, I love you. I love you. Tomorrow is only a day away.